Well, what do we have here? Trying to figure out how to pronounce this name. Is it Dovoh? Dovoh? I don't really know exactly. But they reached out to me and they said, hey, do you want to test out our new 3-plane laser level? I said, sure, I'll give it a shot. And I'm going to check this thing out now. So let's start by unboxing this thing. I have not pulled this thing out of the box just yet. So I wanted to check it out and see what's in the box. All right, looks like it comes in a nice carrying case. That's pretty cool. Let's get this thing unzipped here. All right, it's in a nice foam package here. Ooh, that's nice, keeping it nice and safe. Looks like we have the main unit itself right here. Not terribly large, which is pretty cool. Lock and unlock there. Got a nice little tripod mount down there. And it looks like we've got the laser arrays, all three of them right here. USB cables, and I'm guessing these are the lithium-ion battery packs. All right, we got the charger right here. Looks like it's just a simple, oh, there we go, just slides in like that, no big deal. They actually do include a USB power adapter. That's nice. Most of these don't ever include these. You got to use your own. Awesome. We got a little remote here. That's kind of cool. It does work right out of the box, which is nice. Woohoo! Look at this manual here. 108 pages on this manual. Well, actually, it's only 13 in English here, so it's actually in a different couple languages here. All right, so the working time, if we were to use all 16 lasers on, it's going to be 6 hours. As we can tell there, it's a green laser beam, class 2 laser, and it's IP54 rated. All right, so now to get a battery in, this little compartment down here, it's a little stiff to get it undone, but you open that up, and then you take the battery. You can see the tiny little pins there where the battery terminals go into. Slides in just like that, and there we go. Let's set that down, and I'm going to try the remote out. There we go. Woohoo, that is cool. So as you can see, the remote corresponds to the horizontal and vertical line buttons there. Very easy to control. All right, let's get this thing testing out now. I'm just checking to make sure all these lines here are as square as I can get them. I don't think there's any issues with this thing being out of square. Now, I did see on one of the Amazon reviews, there was one guy that said that one of the lasers on his was about 2 or 3 degrees off. So I'm definitely checking that out. Want to see if any issues with my laser is going to be, a little bit off anywhere, but I haven't found anything off just yet. So let's take a closer look at this. So we can see here we've got some rubber overmolding here. There is no real overmolding here. I would definitely not want to drop this. We can see just how fragile this plastic is here. Really fragile glass in there as well too. Of course, we've got all of the indication lights up here, the horizontal, vertical lines. And this side has nothing when it comes to lasers on this one side, but you do have your lock and unlock on this side, which is nice. Like I showed you before, here's the battery down here. We do have the tripod mount as well. Nice little bumpers, so you can set this down nicely. I kind of wish this a little bit flatter down here so you get this nice and level on a surface. A little bit easier would be kind of my preference there. But this thing is quite small. Like, here's my hand, not very big at all. So guys, let's fire this thing up in my garage and let's see how it performs. All right, so let's test this thing out now with the remote. Let's get all the lasers on, and there we go. Double clicking everything. So now I've got my horizontals and my verticals. So I've got a X over there, got an X over here, and that goes all the way to the back of my garage, sealing everything over. Now I wanted to film this with all the lights off, but it wasn't picking it up very well, so turn on one little light here. As you can see, the green does shine really, really well. You can see where I'm standing in front of the laser there. And I've got the laser leveled on the surface it's currently at right now. It's actually doing a pretty good job. My garage door is pretty nearly level here, but I like how clear this laser is going all the way around the room. This is actually a really nice laser here. And if we're going up on the ceiling, check out how good that looks. This is going to be the farthest point from the laser here, which is just over there. We're probably about 10-12 feet from the laser, and you can see just how clear that is. That is really, really nice how far that is that away. Now I've got another laser here I want to show you out just for comparison. This is by a brand called Rockseed. Also got this on Amazon. I actually paid for this one. I've used this thing to mount up screens for some of my clients, and I like to just throw this thing on a ladder, get myself a nice point of level. So all you do with this one is you turn off the lock on that. It'll then tell you, hey, when it's green. It'll also, if it's not level, it'll also flash for you too, which is nice. So as you can see, if I move it out of level, it'll tell me, hey, I'm not in level. When I let it go back, it'll then self-level itself, which is really nice. And you know, I've never really used a green level before, but I've always used red, and I can definitely see why you'd want to use green. Definitely shows up a lot brighter. This one's only 20 bucks, but you can see where I'm starting to lose that red line as we get closer and closer to that light, whereas that green one stayed just as bright as ever right there. This thing is definitely gone brightness-wise. It does pick up a bit as I get to the door. Right at that center of that X there is where it's the brightest, of course, but the Dovoh laser is definitely way superior to this one, and it should be. It costs about 10 times the cost difference, so there you go. And I think my garage door beams here maybe 1 or 2 degrees off level. Not too bad there, so I'm just comparing this level with the Dovoh, with the other level. You can see just how close, how accurate that level is. If we look up here on the ceiling, we can see just how bright that green laser is, even though it's closer to that light, which is really awesome. You can see the red laser was basically disappeared by the time it got to around this point. You can also see in the back here, it's not losing brightness as we shine in the back of my garage here. Even on the back of this door here, it is just as bright as ever. On the black here of this wheel well, it looks like tape almost. It is so bright there. Left hand side here and the back left, you can see just how bright this is. It is just as bright as ever, and it's a fantastic laser here. I'm definitely a green laser believer now. But at the end of the day, I think Dovoh has really hit it out of the park here with this $180 360-degree laser. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely a big believer in the green lasers now. This thing really puts out a ton of brightness. It looks absolutely fantastic. Even in my 2-car garage here, I'm getting a clear view on that laser from pretty much anywhere in the garage. Really doesn't matter how far away I am, this thing is phenomenal. Now the only thing I don't really like, of course, is going to be that rechargeable battery. If those ever start failing, I really have no idea where you would actually get replacements for those, so that's one downside there. This thing is super easy to use. Love how just, compact it is. It's phenomenal. Now, durability is going to be the one big question. I don't know how well this thing is made. There's not a lot of rigidity here. A little rubber bumper here that's going to protect it from any falls, but I would definitely keep this thing as safe and secure as possible. But definitely a great option for some more expensive lasers. I couldn't find anything out of whack here when it came to how level the lasers were. Once you have this thing leveled up, you are all set. And you can see just that X right there, how well those meet, which is really nice there. So would I recommend the Dovoh 3-plane laser level? Well, yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's actually a pretty rock-solid laser level. As we can see from the testing, it's quite visible on pretty much all surfaces. It's not perfect in every way, of course, but for 180 bucks, you get this awesome hard case here with a nice zipper outside, getting the remote, a couple extra accessories here and there, and you get 2 lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. So I think it's actually a phenomenal deal. I'm going to leave a link to it below in the description. I want to thank again Dovoh for sending this laser out to me for testing. They make some awesome stuff here. I'm quite surprised at the quality of this thing. And thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, have a great day, and stay safe out there.